So tell us, you've got some real theatre legends here, haven't you? Tell us who's playing.
Yeah, it's a kind of an extraordinary theatre where kind of in its past 30 years, everyone has played. I mean, when it opened in 1994, Stephen Sondheim came over to open it. And I think that kind of really kind of set the tone for what it is. And kind of everyone from Eileen Atkins and Michael Gambon to kind of Dame Shan Phillips has played in the theatre in the last 30 years, which is kind of extraordinary. And I think it is because it's kind of really in the heart of the West End, and there's something so magic about the West End that people are just drawn to it. And
why this theatre? Because it does have that magic. But there are lots of other amazing theatres, but this is a very special theatre, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think it's because it's so small that really, you're with audiences, you're never more than 4 rows away from the performers on stage.
Wow.
And that gives an incredible electricity. If you've got Dame Shan Phillips doing Beckett kind of 4 rows away from you, there's kind of nothing else like that, and that gives just this spark, this energy between audiences and actors that is really extraordinary. I've kind of never felt it in a room quite like it is in Jermyn Street.
Does that make a challenge though, David, in terms of, I'm thinking about how expensive it is to go to the theatre. David and I went to the theatre this week. We didn't even go to top price, didn't even use top price tickets. Like, they were at the third one down. It was about £135 each. How do you keep prices down when there are so few seats?
Yeah, I mean that is kind of the kind of extraordinary challenge of somewhere kind of its scale. Our top price ticket for any show is £35. So
Wow.
we're kind of totally different, I suppose, to lots of the West End. I often think of us as kind of the kind of sibling in the corner, that we're very much trying to do something completely different in the West End.
But then people are doing it for the love then, aren't they? The actors, the performers are doing it because it matters.
Because they kind of really want to, and the way kind of we make it all work is by transferring the work and giving it a life beyond Jermyn Street. So we'll make something at the theatre, and then at the moment we've just opened Farm Hall at the Theatre Royal Haymarket in the West End, and in January we're opening The Lonely Londoners at the Kiln Theatre. So we're making this kind of extraordinary work in the studio theatre, and then kind of bringing it out on tour and kind of around the UK as well as in London, and that's how we do it. It's kind of a kind of a jigsaw puzzle of lots of different ways of making it work.
Can you tell us, David, what you've got in store then for the autumn season?
Yeah, we've got a kind of a really exciting autumn season. We've got kind of outside the theatre, we've got Farm Hall, which is this extraordinary story of 6 German scientists at the end of the First World War who were spirited away to a kind of a country house in Cambridge while kind of they were spied on to listen to how far they got along with making an atomic bomb. And so that's playing at the Theatre Royal Haymarket, and then at Jermyn Street Theatre itself, we've got a kind of an amazing comedic version of Pride and Prejudice with 3 actors doing all the roles. We've got which is kind of really quite something. That one's really not to be missed. A great fun night out. And then we've got Eurydice, which is a revival of Sarah Ruhl's, a kind of extraordinary play that's kind of captivated people around the world. I'm incredibly excited to have it in London, directed by Stella Powell-Jones, who's the artistic director. And then at Christmas, like everywhere else, we're doing a panto, but because it's Jermyn Street, it's got to be something a little bit different.
And
so we're doing we're doing Napoleon, which is I would say not everyone's first thought when they think of doing a panto, but we did Odyssey last year, so we thought we've got to top that this year. We've got to do Napoleon.
I love it. It's not just Napoleon; it's Napoleon un petit pantomime.
Yes, which is one of those great things that sounded so good on paper, and every time I've had to say it out loud, it's
No, I love it. Listen, if you're doing Napoleon, you might as well just bang it right out.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for coming to chat to us, David. Thank you, David Doyle, there chatting to us. If you would like more information, that's the Jermyn Street Theatre. I know we've pronounced it a number of different ways this morning. Jermyn.
Absolutely. So just look that up, go onto their website and find out everything, because it sounds like there is a lot going on.